There are two things I love ranting about: Disney theme parks and people who happen to be overwhelmingly judgmental toward childless couples. Turns out there's a story that combines the two, and fortunately, as you can probably tell, I'm in a ranty mood. A Facebook post by a mother who thought it would be a great idea to take her 3-year-old to Disney World has gone viral over its unreasonably high sodium content. So there it is, this is what she posted. Now, while I love a woman with a salty attitude, this mother, whose identity is hidden for obvious reasons, seems so bitter toward the harmless decisions others have made in their own lives. Her social media meltdown included comments like, "People without children need to be banned." And also, DW, meaning Disney World, is a family amusement park. Yet these immature millennials throw away their money on useless crap. They have no idea the joy and happiness it is to mothers who buys their babies treats and toys. Yes, she wrote buys, it's all right. Look, there's so much to unpack here. For one, it's clear that this mom is frustrated because she willingly placed herself in an overpriced, overcrowded, and overhyped theme park with a child who's not even old enough to appreciate or remember it. And you know what? A lot of moms do that. Most people seem to agree with me on this. I'm not so sure about the next part though, okay? So just bear with me. To be completely honest, I don't even really understand how anyone, any adult who doesn't have kids would want to go to Disney or how they could enjoy Disney. Look, experiencing a day at Disney World is American hazing. It's like getting jumped into a gang because let's be honest, everybody feels battered after a day at that park. In fact, some people literally do get battered at that park when violence breaks out. And it actually happens more often than you'd think.
A bizarre fight this week on a bus at Disney World. You see it there, there's a man holding a baby and the driver of the crowded bus. The two were involved.
A gentle sir had had a few too many and got a little violent outside the Tower of Terror. Thankfully, it was beautifully caught on tape. He began cursing and hitting employees, so he needed to be pepper sprayed several times.
I saw a fight at Disneyland on Instagram the other day. Dudes were going out on Disneyland. Some guy punched a chick too. What? People filming it too. People were filming it and these people were throwing down in front of their kids at Disneyland.
Oh my God!
Wow, that looks really fun. I can't wait to spend over $100 per ticket to deal with all that excitement. And for those of you who get offended by people like me who can't stand Disney, let's all put the oversized smoked turkey legs down and just settle in for a second. Let's go back to ranting about the Facebook mom, because I am about to do that. Whether I like these amusement parks or not, I acknowledge there's a plethora of non-parents who love to waste an insane amount of money to discover shut down rides, wait in line, and ingest garbage food. If that's their thing, awesome. We all get to decide how we spend our free time and money. This is something the ranting mom doesn't seem to understand, right? And she goes the extra mile to insult an innocent person simply waiting in line for a pretzel. She writes, quote, "This C word in some very slutty shorts was buying a Mickey pretzel and Aiden wanted one, but the line was so long, so I said later and it broke his poor little heart and he cried. Mothers with children should be allowed to skip all the line. You have no effing idea what it's like to have to stand in line for 3 hours," I think that's hyperbole, "with a cranky, tired, exhausted toddler." To be honest, I think there's something else going on with this mom, okay? Because in the rest of her post, she writes this, pay close attention. "They will never experience the exhaustion this is to chase a 3-year-old around and getting stares at assuming I'm a bad mother." And then later she also writes, "I effing hate childless women with a burning passion." Okay, this is the reason salty mom hit a nerve with so many people. As someone who doesn't have kids, there's this constant judgment I and other millennials like me face from some parents, and to be fair, not even nearly all of them. The norm in society is to get married and to reproduce, regardless of who you are, what your socioeconomic status is, or what the conditions of the country or the economy are. If you go against the grain, People feel this need to make assumptions about your decision. I've been called selfish. I've been told that my life is empty and that I'm damaged because I don't have kids. I've had super uncomfortable dinner table conversations where I was asked about why I don't have kids in front of my own father. Just think about that for a second. Someone asked me in front of my entire family whether me and my husband are knocking boots to have kids. It's deeply personal and deeply disturbing how some parents think it's okay to interrogate others about the most intimate details of their lives and the most important decisions of their lives. And what if a couple is actually trying to have kids but can't conceive? What if the woman in that relationship keeps having miscarriages? Maybe think about that before asking about whether or not they plan on having kids. And besides which, why is that anyone's business? I know this doesn't apply to all parents, but sometimes it feels like the parents who do push this narrative love to, I don't know, spread the own misery that they're feeling. I mean, misery does love company, right? Sometimes the perception is that these stressed out, overburdened parents desperately want you to join them in the roller coaster experience of child rearing. Maybe they just don't want to feel alone in experiencing it. I don't know. But again, everyone should mind their own damn business and focus on therapy, meditation, yoga classes to deal with their own personal demons and the stress they're having from raising their own kids. To the shock and surprise of people who bought into conventional wisdom and convinced themselves that having kids is mandatory, childless couples can be super fulfilled. I know I personally feel that way, even though I'm super ranty today. I also love kids, which is why I actually spend a lot of time with them, including my own niece. Then I get to go home. I get to watch TV, walk my dog, read for pleasure, or sleep. Finally, many are asking why this woman went to Disney with a 3-year-old in the first place. Why would anyone place themselves in a situation when they know they're going to be miserable? But this is where I'm actually going to defend the mother. Many of us do things we don't want to do for the kids in our families because seeing kids enjoy themselves and be happy feels really good. Look, over the past few years, I've gone to Disney World and Disneyland a lot, and you know how much I dislike it. I do it to see the little ones in my family have a good time, including my husband, even though they have grumpy and bratty moments, right? Most kids do. The lesson of the story is to make your own informed decisions and keep your nose out of other people's lives. If you happen to make a decision you regret, like taking a 3-year-old to Disney or having that kid at all, don't blame others. Personal responsibility. Remember when we had a little bit of that in society? Oh, did you like that video? Well, that's great, because you never have to miss another episode of No Filter. All you have to do is just hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to get notified whenever we publish a new video.